One. Okay, guys, what is up? It is the Outcast here. I'm Dennis.
I'm Joseph.
And I'm back from the dead.
Woo!
Yeah, Bryce is back,
Oh my
baby.
God.
2 days of not being on the podcast. We finally got him back.
Yep.
I've been busy, y'all. I apologize.
No, it's okay, man. You don't need to apologize, dude. I was busy. I knew something was up.
Yeah.
Because there was that one night where you were you cooked with your mom, which looked really good, man. I looked at your Instagram post. It looked really good. And then Bryce.
Thank you.
And Bryce is applying for a new job, so that's fun and exciting for him. I'm really happy. He's gonna go make that moolah. I'm gonna make
Ching,
some
ching.
that. So yeah, it's pretty exciting, Outcasters. So
Yeah, it is.
Even
I'm trying to get a job right now, and I'm getting close.
yeah, he's really getting close. I mean, that's like working, and we're all having jobs. Obviously, we'll somehow be able to try to figure out like the whole work schedule and all that, like how we're gonna find how we're gonna do podcasts and all.
Yeah,
So-
that's when the time schedule will really come into play.
Yeah. So my time schedule really won't change, but it's going to be like more about like their time schedules. Obviously, my time schedule will not change.
You got a job too, so
Yeah, job's more earlier. My job's like, I work like 9 o'clock in the morning to like 4. So like it's.
I'm gonna be working like probably like up until 8 o'clock.
Oh wow! So you literally as you're on your way back, dude, you'll be.
Yeah, so like right when I get home, I can pretty much do the podcast.
Yeah. But don't worry, man. Joey and everyone else will do everything they can for the Outcast podcast. We put our hearts and effort into this podcast. So even though we're tired, even though we're dying, we still love you guys and we'll still do this podcast.
Hey, we're happier doing it than not doing it.
Yes, absolutely, dude. Yet again, I feel like if we just did not start doing this podcast, we would keep on saying, okay, we're going to do the podcast this time. Then it doesn't happen. Okay, we'll do the podcast this time. Wouldn't happen. Literally, guys, for like that solid 2 to 3 months when we were planning the channel, like nothing was happening. Like nothing.
Oh yeah. That would have been a better time to do it too.
Oh, absolutely. I think we would have been so more. I looking back, I regret it so much because I feel like we would have been so much in a farther status than we are. Like, we're obviously doing great. I mean, I'm not saying like anything bad, but it's like I think we could have been like the Outcast channel would have been so much more further developed. We had took the necessary steps earlier on.
Oh yeah, definitely, dude. We should have started during the beginning of coronavirus.
Absolutely. Deal time.
But you want to know something?
So
we're getting them views, baby.
Yeah, dude. We're like literally the first podcast. I told my dad today. Like literally, I was talking to my dad. He says like my dad actually, fun fact, he says, I support you for doing the blogging stuff. But he said one thing to me. He said, be careful. Because what he means by be careful, and I'm going to the topic of this, is he's telling about like these companies will start coming to you and giving you these false promises and these false, let's say, oh, if you like sign this contract with us,
dude, I'm gonna read every single one of our contracts to the fucking T.
Yeah, because in the font, they don't tell you everything. They like they'll pitch it as like it's the best thing in the world. But if you look at it and you're like, yeah, that ain't gonna be the best interest in our company.
Yeah.
Like then
In fact, Dennis,
we want what's best for.
Did I ever mention that I studied law for a bit?
No, you didn't. Wait, I think you did say a bit, but you didn't go like in at you. I'm studying law.
I went into depth. I studied law. I might pick that up again for the channel.
Yeah, because I'll tell you, I'm going to try to pitch you this idea that they're going to make your channel big. Mishima, for the longest time, was the biggest channel for like video and YouTubers to like what would they called? I forgot. Like, there's a term that they're called. I am blanking on what they're called.
They're called
Network channels, I think. Like, I know that's pretty much what they are. They're like networks where you like, because at the time, early on in YouTube, AdSense wasn't really a thing. So the way you could make your money is you had to go to a network.
Yeah.
And there was like only limited amount of networks at the time. So like the main network that a lot of people went to at the time was Mishima. Like even PewDiePie for a time was with Mishima. Because that was like the way you could make money, because AdSense really wasn't there. But then when it got more around like 2011, 2012, and Google bought out YouTube, that's when AdSense got implemented. And then that's when you started kind of going away from the networks and more into AdSense. And that's where, they started making more of their money. And now I want you guys to know, as YouTubers, if you're going into the YouTube field, don't think that YouTube's going to immediately make you money.
Oh yeah, dude. We only got 10 subscribers right now, and
yeah,
although that's great and all, I mean,
yeah. And we're blessed for what the fan base have.
Oh yeah, we would love to have more subscribers. We would, but that's the people's decision, not ours. It's not even YouTube's decision.
And you see, and that's the thing. You got to develop the channel. You got to develop your brand. You got to develop certain things before you could classify yourself as saying, okay, yes. And another thing is that
once we got that gaming started, once we got that everything else started up, I think that's when we're really gonna pull in subscribers.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's when we're really gonna pull in you guys and audience.
We need to hook up that Twitter.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Like,
I'm probably gonna work on that actually.
Yeah. I'll send you Twitter information and all of that. After the podcast. But like, it's all about development. It's all about making content. YouTube loves in the algorithm is you putting your videos. You keep a consistent schedule, and you keep up at least. It doesn't have to be like every day. Make a couple videos a week.
Even if you just did 2 videos a week, you could still turn out great.
Yeah.
But let's move on from this subject, because we are in the middle of the video.
Yeah.
So Bryce, what's been up with you? Why don't you tell the people what's been up with you?
Nothing much. Just been chilling, man.
You want to tell them about that job?
Yes, of course. I'll be applying at a Halloween store, and I'm really excited about that. And I really hope I get the job.
Dude, when I worked at Halloween City, it was fucking great. The people were nice. Most of them were druggies.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, because it's a temp job. So most people that did stuff like that would go there.
Okay.
Yeah. And they pay pretty well, like $12 an hour. I think the last time, like that's what.
Oh yeah.
nice.
Oh yeah. No. It's like $10 an hour for Halloween City. I don't know about Spirit of Halloween though.
Yeah, but still, it's like good money. It's like good, like compared to, like you probably should be getting paid way more than I got paid at Sonic. Oh Lord.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Good grief.
Yeah, literally, like I'm not gonna like mention too many people because I respect the Sonic company. Sonic, don't sue me. I respect you as a company. I just feel like there's certain franchises that are misowned. That's what I'm saying. Sonic
Please.
Company is great.
We
Franchises,
should apply. We should apply
debatable.
to let Nintendo let us make videos.
Like we gotta get on the ball for that because I want to upload Nintendo videos. Like Nintendo has so many good games, so many, so many.
Plus, we are huge lovers of it.
Yeah, man. Like so, but what was I saying? Yeah, so that's pretty exciting for Bryce, man. Like to get a job and to make some money on the side. You know, it's always good. It's always good to make some nice side money.
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
Woohoo!
And then pretty soon, Bryce, we got to get started on our cooking videos.
Oh yeah, dude.
Si, senor.
Yes, man. I'll pick a day in the week where
Imagine
we'll sit.
imagine the first cut of the video is just you guys horribly fucking up the food.
Probably.
Hey, no. No, we won't.
No,
Dennis just grabs
probably
like
not gonna be.
chocolate
It's not
chips
gonna
and puts it
probably be
into
Bryce.
lasagna.
It's not gonna be Bryce. It's probably gonna be me that's gonna f up. Like that's probably.
As long as we read the instructions carefully, we will be fine.
That is true. And at
Trust
the
me,
end of the
I'm
day,
gonna watch Dennis is say, "Oh, we need flour. Here's crack. Here's crack.
Here's a whole.
Put that
Here's
in.
a.
Hey, here's
Here you go. I would never do that though. I like to listen to instructions and all that.
I
I would
go
say
off
though,
the
I
book
would never
with the.
I know. I did
What do
a
you mean?
culinary
I'm a great
class.
cook.
I did a culinary class.
I've been
And
alone for like 3 years, so I'm pretty good at cooking at this point.
yeah, I took a culinary class, and like I'm like you, Dennis. Like I'm a beaver. I like doing everything what the instructions say. And whenever my friend was like, we were mixing in the ingredients, and she accidentally did something a little bit wrong. She's like, "It's fine. It's fine. We'll be good. It's fine." And I was like, ugh. Do it
I mean,
right.
you shouldn't always follow the instructions to the T.
I mean, yeah, because it could be a typo, but like, yeah.
No, I mean like when you're cooking to add variety, you make it your own style.
Oh yeah, that too.
Right.
What are you saying, Bryce? You cut out.
Yeah.
I was just saying, you're right.
Right, bro.
It's weird. It's like.
Bryce, we gotta check
Okay,
on your
Bryce,
audio real quick.
Yeah.
I'm not cutting out in and out,
Like,
am I?
yeah, no, you're fine, Joey. It's more Bryce. It's like Bryce's audio will show up and then like go mute.
I'm not
He was
cutting
like,
out. I'm fine.
We caught a little bit there.
It says
Tease it. Tease
okay.
it.
Well.
Taste it. Touch it. Tease it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Bryce. Well, Bryce will probably be back soon.
Yeah. Do you have you ever played Bop It?
Pop it.
Bop it. Twist it. Pull it.
Yeah, I played it like a little bit.
Dude, I remember playing that game and being like, ah! Like my hands moving at like a mile a minute. It kind of was like I was masturbating with a fucking machine. Pull it.
Smash it.
I just throw it on the ground. Just like, I'm like, no. Did I show you my new stay?
Brycey boy comes back.
Oh, Brycey boy needs to come back. Is he in the thing?
No, he's not in the way. Where? Could be that he's like just doing something. Yeah, we'll be fine.
Here, I'm looking at our audios right now.
Yeah, our audio.
They seem to be okay.
Oh, okay. There he is. There he is. He's in the way. There he is. Hey, it's Bryce.
Hey.
Sorry, I just had a lot going on, so I had to get off real quick.
Oh no,
it's fine.
What's going on?
We couldn't hear you anyway.
I mean, I was just kind of like, it was just too much going on, so I was busy.
It's fine.
So what were you saying before you left?
I was just saying, like, I agree. Like, with adding your variety, like, doing your own thing, like, what you think is good.
Dude, have you ever played Masturbation Bop It?
No.
Because that's what me and Dennis were talking about.
That's only you, Joey.
What do you mean? When you play Bop It, you don't feel like you're fucking wanking it?
No, I don't.
I think it's time for me to leave. Bye.
Oh, really?
I don't know how I sometimes.
Did he actually leave? Hold up. No, he's muted. All right.
Bryce just leaves the room. He's like, no, I can't deal with. I can't deal with these people. Yeah. Why did I sign the contract again?
Hold on. I'll show you why, Dennis. I'll show you why you signed that contract.
How about no? How about no?
I think Bryce is trying to find like his holy water because he's just. I don't know. What is Joey?
Look in your private chat, Dennis.
Oh God.
Look in your private chat. I got a little special message just for you.
Really? Really?
Yeah,
Joey?
that's my face right now. For those who don't know, I just sent him the smiley devil face and eggplants.
Edit.
Never edit. Leave it all in. Leave it all in. That's what she said.
I don't edit anyway, so.
Edit.
You know, Bryce, actually, no, Bryce, I don't think Bryce knows this, but in one of the podcasts, Bryce, like, Joey was this close, like, by a millisecond of being revealed. Like, it.
I do remember that. Yes, I remember y'all talking about it in the chat. I was like, oh, shoot, you was about to be revealed?
Yeah, it's like,
I almost
we were
scared.
scared.
I almost let my face show, but luckily, we found out that it didn't happen.
But luckily, you like decided to just go on my side and be like, "Oh, Joey,
because you were
showing
laughing
your face."
so hard.
Like, yeah. So Zoom spared you.
Spared my life, and for that,
because then when
I
probably would have had to do in that. Yeah, probably when I would have moment is I would have had to go to a video cutter, cut that little segment out, and then process it.
Well, on YouTube, you can just cut it out.
No, they don't give you that.
I did that for my video.
How long ago was that?
Before you post it, it gives you the option to cut stuff out.
I looked, and it didn't.
Do you have YouTube Studio?
I have YouTube Studio, yeah.
YouTube Studio should let you do that.
I don't know. I'll look into it. I'll look into a lot of things. I'll look into my sanity. Is that even a thing anymore? Sanity?
Did anyone ever watch Until Dawn?
Until Dawn? Oh,
No.
hell yeah.
You did? Dude,
Until Dawn?
Are you talking about the game? Or
yeah. No, I'm talking about the movie, the old movie.
No.
You youngins,
no.
Jesus.
Younglings, I'm sorry.
I said youngins.
Think of Until Dawn. I think the PlayStation 4 game, bro. All right, jeez.
I'm talking about the 19 movie.
How old is this movie?
It's not that old. It's only like 10 years old.
Oh, I thought you said 1900. I was like, that's pretty old, Joey.
No. It's either in the 1990s or it's in the 2000s. So, Until Dawn was about a bunch of vampires, right?
Of course,
inside Aztec tomb. Spoiler alert for those who haven't watched this movie. So it's about a bunch of criminals, right? It's two criminals, and one of them can hear the voices of the creatures, the vampires, and it leads them from bank heist. It leads them to these people, right? They meet them in an RV. An old priest with his adopted son and I think his adopted daughter. I'm not exactly sure. And they're the daughters of age, right? Had to make that clear because there's some suggestive things in it. But the young boy is not. He's not. So there's this Aztec bar that they're supposed to meet this guy named Pablo or something in, and it's in Mexico, of course. And they go all the way there. And they're already trying to go that way. And the criminals, right? They get into their van and make them drive them all the way to that titty bar in the Aztec temple, which they don't know is an Aztec temple. They just think it's a boob bar. So they go in there, right? The doors lock, and everyone in the bar turns into vampires. And they're like, "What the fuck?"
What the fuck is
and of course,
going on here?
Of course,
Wow.
The priest dies first.
Oh, of course.
Joey, I have a question.
What's the question?
Okay, so when you say suggested things, are they like the suggested things you were saying earlier in this podcast?
You mean masturbation boppet?
Edit.
Like
we're gonna get money off this video.
We're gonna get money off this video. Yeah, there was a ton of podcasts that were like very vocal.
I'll talk
and they
about
got
masturbation boppet for a million years.
Are you gonna make
Twist
this into a thing?
Pull it. Suck it. Twist. Smash it.
Okay.
I just throw the boppet on the ground
guys,
and kick it into no existence.
It's in our fan only's account.
Dude, I'm gonna make a sex toy that I'll call the masturbation boppet, and it'll be the exact same way.
How about no?
Oh my god,
I'll edit the guy's words so that way it's all sex puns.
What the
Pull it,
hell,
suck it,
Joey?
rip it.
Okay, we're gonna make sure that Joey's not in control of our merchandise. No.
I will be in
No.
control of the merchandise. Dude,
No,
I'll make
you're
the funniest shit and you know it. I'll make the fun.
Joey, you get no money from the merchandise, period. It all goes to Dylan.
We already discussed this, so that's not unknown.
Um, fun fact, like, didn't I think Joey, because I'm Bryce, yeah, I haven't like Bryce's first job, but like Joey, has like anyone at like your work had like a nickname for you?
Me?
Yeah.
Honestly, outside of the podcast and outside of talking to my friends, I'm a normal person. Because I don't want to
No,
bring
fun.
I don't really bring the energy to when I'm talking to other people because it's like
Yeah.
I don't need to make them happy right now. This is work.
Yeah.
So
No, but like no.
I mean,
Yeah.
one of them called me the Gorgon crotch kicker. So you know the monster from whatchamacallit? Whatever it is. It's the Stranger Things. So there's the monster that has
Stranger
that
Things, yeah.
its whole head opens up for like teeth and stuff.
Yeah.
Demigorgon.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
I kicked an inflatable in the nuts, and just to see how far it would fly upwards, because someone else did it right before me. But apparently, my mind just switched to battle mode, so I kind of kicked it super hard, thinking that I wasn't hitting it too hard. But instead of it flying up, my foot went straight through its crotch, and it deflated. And we taped it up with duct tape. And to this day, Halloween said he has no clue that I did that.
Well, now they know.
No, they don't, because they don't know who I am.
Fun fact,
There's a million Joes that work at fucking Halloween City.
I have a nickname at work. I'm not going to mention this coworker's name because I want to protect my name. But I work at my place, and his nickname to me, he calls me D-Tron.
D-Tron? D-Tron?
He calls me D-Tron. I don't know. He's like, I remember like my second day working there, he's like, man, I gotta have a nickname for you, dude. I mean, I adore it, but man, I gotta have a nickname for you. You know? And he's like, you know what? D-Tron. I think D-Tron works, yeah. D-Tron ever since, man.
Dude, I wouldn't have let him get away with that shit. I would have been like, you know, you can call me Mr. Joseph.
I like it though. D-Tron's I think D-Tron's a cool name.
So you're gonna go fight the Decepticons now?
I'll have you know, yes, I will. I'll make more money.
You gotta find the spark first.
Gotta find the spark first.
Technically, I've made more money than you guys both combined. So.
Yeah, but we're more valuable than you, Joey.
Aw. How lovely to know that. It's not like I've been having strands of depression these past few days.
Oh Lord. Ooh, yes.
Yeah, it got real fast. I'm playing with you, but that actually is true.
Yeah, man, that is true.
I have been very depressed.
Scary thing is that, like, you know, the actor of Transformers that does Optimus Prime.
Huh?
You know, Optimus Prime. Like, his name's Peter Collins. I don't think you like him.
Oh, okay.
Like stuff but it's scary because this, like, Peter Collins is 5 years old.
Hmm?
Yeah, Peter Collins, the guy that voices Optimus Prime, he's about to hit like 80 years old, man. He's been doing Optimus Prime for like doing it since 1984, so he's
Wow.
been doing it for 46 years.
You know,
Like,
I don't
no,
know who's gonna understand this, but there was this kid, right? From like there was a babysitter, Jesse, and that's the TV show. But one of the kids on that show moved on to the movie Descendants, and he was like the 100 Dalmatians kid.
Cameron Boyce.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he died in his sleep.
I know, poor dude. Awful.
Yeah, that
I was like, wow, he was way younger than me, and I was like so surprised. I was like, wow.
Those deaths are like the saddest because like they were literally around not only like around our age, but they're like some of them are like even younger than us, and we're like, dang.
Dude, I thought the Flash died, the one from Netflix or ABC or whatever.
Oh really? You thought Grant Gustin?
Yeah, I thought he died because someone told me he died, and I looked up and he sang a song about like fucking some bullshit on an acoustic guitar. I was like, yeah, he's not dead.
You know, Grant Gustin's a Norfolk native.
Mm.
He's from our hometown, boy. Yeah,
Woo!
he's a hometown man.
Woo woo!
I wonder if he can actually run fast.
I wonder what his 40-mile dash is.
Dude, I do. Dude, when you see a guy be like a superhero character, you wonder if they can actually like, you know, actually run fast, and that it wasn't given to a guy who can't run at all.
I think he has the legs. I think he might be not like fast. I think he's pretty normal. I mean, he has long legs. Like,
dude, I got
tall.
short legs and I'm super fast.
Yeah. I think that'll be a Grant Gustin question.
If we can ever get him on our show, I wish we could. Because he doesn't seem like a bad guy.
I don't know. I think like this might be a general fact that has been going around like our local high school. But Mark Ruffalo, the actor that plays the Hulk, and Bruce Banner went to our former rival, well, to Joey's former rival high school.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. To our former rival high school. I'm like, dang.
Do you remember the guy that sang like the fucking whatever his name is, Post Malone or something? Not Post Malone. Fuck.
Sway Lee.
No, he sings "I'm happy and I'm going to spend it there."
Oh, Pharrell Williams. Yeah.
Yeah, he owns a house. He owns a house in Virginia.
Yeah, in our area. Yeah, we passed by it a few times.
Well, I think I passed by it once with you guys.
Yep.
But he used to be a library at my old elementary school.
Yeah,
his mom.
Yep, his mom. Yep.
It was either elementary school or middle school, but I can't exactly remember. Middle school?
Because my sister had actually met her in middle school.
I met her. I had no clue. I was like, wow. And I was a dick to most fucking librarians because most librarians hated me. So I would just sit there and sleep. And they were like, no sleeping in the library. I was like, what do you mean no sleeping in the library? What else are you going to do here? It's the fucking library.
Yeah. But I heard
completely silent. It's the only place where people aren't going to bother me. And I'm probably the only one that's going to read books here.
Yeah. I hated the library. The library was always boring to me.
Dude,
I don't know.
Honestly,
high school I got like, I'm okay with it. Middle school, boring as heck.
Honestly, the library has never been boring to me.
The librarians at our middle school were just weird. Well, not one of
I
them
know,
weren't
right?
weird. There was one that was like she was fine at first, and then she seemed like weird to me. Like she acted weird around me. I was like, okay. And then there was another lady where I did the morning announcements at school, media team, and I was directing the thing, and I went in front of the camera, and I jumped around, like just being a kid. At our middle school, you couldn't be a kid, and so it's like I just waved my hands in front of the camera, and the librarian was like, she's like, Bryce, come here right now, and she was so mad at me for just waving my hands and just being a little silly, and she's like, come here right now. You do not do that in our on our camera. You know, teachers are watching this right now, and Dr. Soltner, he's watching this right now. You know, you cannot do that. That is against the rules. Do you understand me? I was like, okay, yeah, I won't do it again. I didn't do it.
Yeah,
I mean, just waving my
yeah,
hands. I was just being a kid.
really strict.
You couldn't be a kid at our middle
Yeah,
school. It was like
yeah,
military
you really
school.
couldn't.
Dude, I know exactly
Yeah,
what you mean.
I was like, I just did a little silly
yeah.
wave, and then she got so furious at me. I was like, you're just
I
you're
actually have permission from this one person to mention him, Dylan. I have a break to mention a bit, and talk a little bit about his stories. Yeah, let's just say he hates the vice principal at our middle school, and I think I know you. I hope you guys know who I'm talking about.
I think so, yeah.
Like gray hair, glasses.
I know who you're talking about.
I have no
Kind of a
clue.
deep
Yeah,
southern accent.
and yeah, she was very rude to Dylan. Like
Dang.
very rude.
What did she do?
I'm trying to remember, but there was like one time where he literally got like I think in school suspension because he like outside of the school grounds like because he like called his grandma and his grandma was gonna pick him up like for like a doctor's appointment and he had his phone out and Great Neck with their
Oh my gosh.
like
They just wouldn't allow you to
with
do
their phone
anything.
rule.
They wouldn't allow you to do anything.
Did anyone know a teacher named Miss Bates?
What's her
Sounds
name?
familiar, but I don't
Miss
think.
Bates.
Is it wait, a guy or a girl?
Girl. Miss.
Miss That sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Dude, she was a fat muffin top, aggravating woman. And she literally, I think she got fired because she was just such a shitty person. Like
Dang.
she would try to be nice to her kids and everything, but she would give detention for no goddamn reason.
And
yeah,
like when I was at Great Neck, I didn't think
Like
it
I
was
missed
that
homework
bad.
once in her class, right? And she fucking gave me detention for like 2
Oh
days.
yeah, you would get in real trouble if you missed homework. Like I thought when I went to Great Neck, it wasn't as bad. But I look back on it and I'm like, Great Neck kind of sucks. It really sucks.
Yeah, dude, it was like we went to a private school, but like, it was just a shitty school. Like,
yeah. It was so strict. Like it was so strict. Even the auditoriums, that was the worst time. Dead
I
silent.
remember
dude, the
I was in the
auditorium, if you were on your
cafeteria.
phone in the auditorium, you would immediately be outed by everybody.
I was in the darn cafeteria, and they were like we had to go in like in a specific way of throwing away our trash, and like they're like, do not get up unless you're called. But I was literally like right
Yeah, it
next to
was
the
like your
trash
table,
can.
get up and do this. It was
I
like
was
you were in
literally
military school.
I was right next to the trash can to throw away my trash. I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna throw away my trash. And then the principal was like, yo, just sit down, sit down. I was like, whoa, I'm literally right next to the trash can. And he's like, no, go sit down. I'm like,
You want to know
okay.
something? When I was at that school, right? Dude, I fucking didn't care at all. literally, if you just showed that you had balls, no one did a shit. No one.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. I'd like when it was time to throw away our trash, I'd get up immediately, throw away my trash. I didn't care if they called me out or anything.
I just did the best to just get good grades. That's
I feel
all I
like that's
did.
what
But
most people did, though.
Yeah, I just wanted to get like my flipping classes done, get my grades, get decent grades
for
out
real.
of there. Like that place. Looking back at it, was so just. I mean, some teachers were good. I'm not gonna sit there and like
Yeah.
bash everything.
There was
Teachers
actually
and like
a few cool teachers there.
Yeah, there were,
yeah,
but I never
like
had a
actually
There
single one of
were.
them.
one of your relatives is actually there.
Yeah. That I
Had her
never
for
knew
civic.
I never knew she was my relative either. And I went
Yeah.
to my great grandfather's funeral. I was at my grandfather's funeral and her dad was there. I didn't know she was her dad, obviously. And we were talking
Yeah.
and I was like, so what do you do? He's like, just talking. He's like, where do you go to school? I was like, I go to Great Neck. And he's like, oh, really? My daughter teaches there. I was like, really? That's so cool. What does she teach? She's like, he was saying, she teaches eighth grade history, civics. And I was like, oh, what's your daughter's name? And he's like, Mrs. Turner. I was like, that's my teacher. He's like, well, yeah, y'all are related then. I'm like, oh, we're related. And so I was blown away. And then
Dude,
to
that's epic.
school. I went to school. I told the teacher, and I was like, hey, do you know a man named Ralph Collins? And she was like, I do know. He passed away. That sucks. And she's like, how do you know him? I was like, he was my great grandfather, and I met your dad at the funeral. It turns out we're related. She's like, oh my gosh, and she was so excited. And then I went to
Yeah.
my math class, and she popped in the classroom. She was like, and she was talking to my math teacher. She was like, hey, guess what? Turns out me and Bryce are related. And then the math teacher turned to me. He was like, fascinating.
Oh god,
Oh
It was
god.
it was cool.
that is
I called her
awesome,
cuz
dude.
for the rest of the year. So
I
funny.
remember that.
Dude, you guys went to that school like 2 years after me, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
so so I want you guys to know, before you guys got there, it was way more lenient. But we were all terrible kids, except for like me. I didn't do like anything to make the fucking people mad at me. I don't know why, but the rules. Do you know why they came into play?
Why?
The janitors.
Because of you.
No, it was the
Janitors.
janitors.
The
The janitors
janitors.
kept complaining about how there was food on the ground in the cafeteria, and so they started implementing stricter rules.
Uh,
Yeah,
That's why
dang
there was like,
janitors.
you have to line up and throw shit away and do all that shit. It was because the janitors just didn't want to do their fucking job, which is to clean up the stuff on the ground.
it's just ridiculous. I
You
mean,
were
obviously you shouldn't make a mess.
Yeah, obviously
I
yeah.
you
mean,
should.
obviously you have to be
Like,
clean, but
I never, whenever I drop something, I would pick it up.
right. Like your job.
But the thing is, you want to know something? They actually publicly went through the lunchroom and they took a picture of an Oreo and the cap on the ground, and they were like, "This is unacceptable." I was like,
This is
"What?"
unacceptable.
It's an
Wait,
Oreo.
you're gonna eat the Oreo off the ground?
Yeah, there was just an Oreo and a bottle cap there, and that's the only picture they showed. And they were like, "This is unacceptable."
This is so wrong.
I was
I
like,
feel
"There's
Like,
only two things there."
and my, no, what I
uh,
would say is like, yeah, you know what's wrong? That Oreo wasn't eaten. That's what's wrong.
yeah.
That
Where's the
Oreo
milk with it? There's no
its
milk
brother.
with the Oreo. Oreo is milk's favorite cookie.
All right,
Okay.
I got one last story, and then I gotta go.
Ain't me. No.
So for all you lovelies, I'll tell you the worst thing that ever happened in my middle school experience. So I had a really good teacher at one point, right? Do you guys know about Mr. Wilkes?
I do know
Yes.
who he is. Yes.
He was a
Had him
great
for
guy, right?
math.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
I
Yeah,
had
he
him.
was really cool. He was in
I
guitar
had him for
club.
math class, and me and him did not get along. Do you know why?
Uh, Why?
Because I sat next to a kid from Mandarin country, and where the main language was like the origins of Mandarin.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And he sat next to me, right? And I was like, "It's nice to meet you. I'm Joey." And he was like, "Oh, hello, hi. I don't know English too well." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine."
Uh,
And then there was also a Mandarin assistant teacher, right? Now this
mhm.
assistant teacher gave special treatment to this one kid, and I was like, "All right, a little unfair, but okay." Um, but I don't know where he comes from, but trying to touch my cock was out of line. So I
What?
will tell you the cock touching story of Mr. Wilkes' class. So this kid, right? I sat next to him, and I don't know what clicked in his brain, but he loved to bother me and like fucking tease me and shit. And I had asked to move seats multiple times, never happened for me. And Mr. Wilkes instinctively listened to his assistant teacher and got mad at me. Now, this is one of the
Uh,
closest things I've ever been to being expelled.
what? Just for talking? Or like?
No, I didn't talk to him. The thing is he would poke and prod me, right? And I'd be like, "Stop it, stop it!" And the teacher would be like, "Why? Why are you yelling in class? What are you doing?" And I was like, "He keeps poking me and prodding me." And the teacher was like, "Well, just tell him to no, and that's it." I was like, "I have been," and he was like, "Well, just sit there and be quiet then." I was like, "Okay, great."
Oh, yeah, that really helps. How about
And
Yeah,
move the
that sounds like Mr.
and
Wells.
just
the
move the
assistant
seat?
teacher, would fully support the other kid, right? Remember that special treatment I talked about? So this is where it comes into play.
Yeah.
So the very next day after that, he decides to poke and prod me again, of course. And I get in trouble the same way as I did before. I'm like, "Okay, dude, I'm gonna ask to move seats after the end of this class." So in his mind, in his tiny pea brain, he decides I'm gonna reach towards your thigh and try to grab your dick. So I tell the assistant teacher about this, right? And I'm like, "He just tried to touch my penis." And the assistant teacher was like, "Why are you letting him do this? What's wrong with you?" I was like, "What's wrong with me?" I was like, and then I yell out loud, "He tried to touch my cock."
Oh my God. Oh.
And the teacher sent me out of the room, and I didn't learn a single thing for like 2 weeks. Two
Who's
weeks.
the who's the assistant teacher that was like, oh, why are you letting him do that?
I don't know. I don't remember her name. She just literally would get on my case every single chance he got. And
What a
from that
jerk.
point on,
Was
she
she
did not like me.
older?
And I talked to Mr. Wilk later, and what?
Was she like older?
No, she was at like Mr. Wilkes' age.
Oh.
Hmm.
Uh, and I don't know why, but he just believed every single thing that she said. And I was like, "Excuse me?" And at the end of class, one day, I talked to Mr. Wilkes, and I was like, "Can I move seats?" And he was like, "Yes, you can, but it's a little
That's
far in the
all it
year."
had to take. That was so stupid.
And I was like, but he said it's a little close to the end of the year. Do you mind just staying in that seat? I was like,
Kidding
"Mr.
me.
Wilkes, I'm sorry, but
That's so
he
stupid.
he is doing terrible things while I'm
Right.
sitting here doing absolutely nothing. And he was like, I fully understand. But when my assistant teacher says something, I have to listen to her. And I was like, oh,
No,
okay.
you don't.
So it's
Oh.
because the adult
Okay.
said it and not me.
They're
And
they're
he was like,
called no, but here's something. They're called assistant teachers for a reason because they're not the teacher. They're the assistant.
yeah. I was like, what the fuck is this bullshit? And
So
The
stupid.
teacher is the ultimate decider on action. So, yes, you can consult with the assistant. The teacher has to carry out that action. It's pretty much like the
it
vice
was
president and the president. It's like
it was
Exactly.
literally the closest I've ever been to being like attempted rape. I was like, dude, keep your hands to yourself.
yeah,
From that point on.
that's just, oh. Oh.
But yeah, that is the story of how
And
a Mandarin child tried to touch my cock.
Look, no disrespect
so
towards Mr. Wilkes. Looking back at it, Mr. Wilkes, because math teacher, and not only that, but he was my football coach too.
Hmm.
He was just, I don't
he
know,
was a
something
football
about him
coach?
obnoxious.
He's not a bad guy. He just misunderstood the situation, which isn't exactly
Yeah,
his fault. It's more the assistant teacher's fault than anything. And
yeah,
I just hate that story so much. I just wanted to say it on the podcast because it's a really interesting story. Because
and Mr. Wilkes, if you're ever watching this, man, I respect you, dude. I respect you as a teacher.
I respect you too, man. Yeah, he was a great teacher. He was. Those 2 weeks I missed of lessons, he caught me back up on them.
Yeah,
It was only because I yelled.
but the same
He tried to touch my cock out loud.
look, at the end of the day, Mr. Wilkes, hold your, don't let the assistant teacher always be the deciding factor.
Oh, I actually never saw that teacher again after that. The assistant
Well,
teacher.
at least that's good.
Like the next year, she wasn't there. I was like, oh thank God, and other people don't have to deal with this.
I think I not too long after I actually met the new assistant teacher, which actually the new assistant teacher he had was actually. So
I like people liked that assistant teacher too. I don't know why she just didn't like me. But
there's
yeah,
just some assistant teachers are just special in their own way.
she just showed a little too much favoritism, and that's
Yeah,
how everything got fucked. But yeah, I have to go, lovelies.
yeah.
So I'll see you guys later. And by the way, lovelies, I hope you subscribe. I hope you hit that bell, and I hope you hit that like button. If you hit that dislike, I'll come to
All
your
right.
house. See you later.
bye, Joey.
Bye.
Bye, Joey. Don't worry, guys. He won't come to your house.
It's not like he's gonna
Hopefully, he does.
hunt you. He's not going to find you. He's not going to kill you. He does not
Well,
have a very
that's
special
a heck
set
of
of skills. I'm kidding.
Well, that was a heck of a story. Oh my lord.
For real. My gosh.
It's like, agree. Great Neck was just it was an iffy school. It was just very iffy.
It was something.
Like as I like to say, 8th grade year was my favorite year. Just the 2 previous years were eh. It was eh.
God. I know, right?
It's like there was just nothing interesting. There was nothing fantastic. I'm not gonna sit here and say to you like middle school is gonna be fun or high school is gonna be fun. You know, you're gonna just meet people that you're
Right.
just straight up like, what the heck, man? What am I doing here? Why am I here? Uh, where am I? Like it's that kind of thing. It's
Yeah.
like, And especially, oh my lord, like I mean, personally, me, high school, you get a lot more freedom. But even high school's not
For real.
anything, even grand.
Yeah.
It's like great, awesome, fantastic. I'm not going to use half of this stuff. It's like
Right.
2 years of a language, German. I love German. No, don't get me wrong. The two teachers I had for German was awesome. Am I going to use that?
Yeah.
Biology. When am I going to use that?
All right.
Like earth science. We've learned earth science in elementary. Why? Why again? And algebra 2 and geometry. My least two favorite subjects. Why? Don't make math complicated. Just that's it. That's all I need to know.
What if you had to save the world, Dennis? What if you had to, break
I
down a bomb
all right. Then, dude, like, man, we're screwed. Because how am I gonna get rid of the bomb?
by algebra? Yay!
I like fun fact in geometry honors because I took geometry honors. I passed with a C, but you know, I did good that year. That was the only bad grade I had. Was a C, which isn't bad. It's C's are not terrible, guys. Like try your hardest, obviously, but if you get a C, it's not the end of the world. But I remember him like talking about geometry and how I was like really just trying to learn it. And he was talking about shapes, and after the instruction, he gives us time to do his homework. And I told the two people at the tail, I'm like, I'll tell you what, this is why I will never be here. Because if you even give me a layout of the building, yeah, I may build the building, but I can't guarantee that building's gonna stay up. I'll tell you what, probably in the next 2 days, that building's gonna fall down. But I'll tell you what, ain't gonna be my problem because screw geometry.
Right. I hate
Like
geometry.
screw geometry. Screw that three-dimensional shape. I don't give two fucks about it. I don't care. I don't want to look at the way you.
It was like,
Fine, you look at it that angle, but like
yeah, it's like the worst subject ever.
I know it's like you even. It's like no offense. It could be easy, but the same token, why are we adding on to math? Like, why on to equations to make it more complicated?
That's how the world works.
Like, my mom told me, you know what, Dennis? You know what I learned in high school? You know what's the thing? Oh, necessary math that you need to use in life? Add, subtract, and divide. That's it. Like that's what my mom told me. That's it. That's all I use.
Man.
It's like all this like complicated crap they're teaching you. It's like forget it. It's like it's not worth it. It's not worth the headache. Like I'm just relaxing senior year. And I wonder how what's gonna happen with like the English. I don't have to take our senior year.
Hopefully. I don't think so. I don't think we'll have to take it.
I think I heard certain things. They're not gonna enforce SOLs really.
No, I think they're actually gonna. I've heard that they're actually gonna cancel the whole thing. Like they're not doing SOLs anymore, which they shouldn't.
Yeah, they should
Wait,
not have SOLs. I'm sorry. Personally, me, SOLs are stupid. They're so dumb.
I think everyone thinks SOLs are stupid. It's just, it's like we already have to take quizzes and tests. It's bad enough that we have to take this test
Yeah,
that
it's like,
like depends on our whole grade, like our
yeah,
whole like year.
not only that, but our whole like flipping degree. It's like our whole
Right.
education diploma. It's like, why?
Our diploma. Yeah.
It's like, why do you have to make kids feel so like stressed out and complicated if they fail this one SOL? It's like,
Right. Well, they like fail a
oh,
grade or whatever, and you take an
yeah.
exam.
Like I remember this one teacher coming up to me saying like, it doesn't matter if you pass the earth science SOL. If you don't pass the biology science credit, I'm like, why? Like that makes no sense. I passed earth science and I passed biology. Give me my damn credit. Like give me my dang
Yeah.
diploma. All right, I passed those two classes. All right. And luckily, I don't have to worry about math because I flipping passed the Algebra 1 SOL. Flipping skipped the geometry one because and Algebra 2, haha, that one got canceled. And I would have
Yeah.
looked at Mr. Duffy and I would have been like, you think I'm going to pass this thing? Let's try. I'll tell you what, I'm lucky if I get a 225. Might as well just guess. might as well just let a computer guess for me. And then, if like make me pass more than anything.
Right.
Yeah, so all I'll say to any of our outcasters that are going to middle school or high school, good luck. Say, there's there's really just no advice we can really give you because at the end of the day, you just got to experience it yourself.
You will survive this, children.
You will survive though. At the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. It's not like volcanoes ain't exploding, tornadoes aren't touching down, tsunamis ain't hitting. You'll be fine.
Just be yourself.
Absolutely. Do not. I hate this all the time. People think that you know that. What was I'm saying? Like people think they have to like change their look or change the way they do things to like fit in. Don't do that. See, don't try to get part of the cool kids.
Right. Be an
Because the
outcast.
cool kids, yeah, Outcast, bro. You know, we actually have some Outcast merch. I have some designs coming up pretty soon. So, get
Woo-woo.
the Outcast merch, man. Bro. Be an Outcast.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, buddy. I think this is gonna be the podcast, Bryce.
Okay, okay.
All right, guys. This has been the Outcast podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit that like button without me yawning. And subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when the next podcast comes out. But this is the Outcast signing out.
Peace out,
Outcasters
babies.
out.